The Path to Financial Freedom, Breaking Free from the Money Trap, Part 1. So let's talk about this. We've been sold a lie, haven't we? More money, bigger houses, fancier cars. Society tells us this is the path to happiness. But if wealth is the key, why are so many people still trapped in anxiety, stress, and never-ending financial pressure? The real trap isn't money. It's how we think about it. What if financial freedom isn't about how much you make, but how you live? What if the true path to wealth isn't in chasing more, but in understanding enough? This isn't just about financial strategies. It's about breaking free. Free from the anxiety, the pressure, the illusion of wealth. The Path to Financial Freedom is your guide to escaping the money trap and redefining wealth on your terms. The journey starts now. Financial freedom begins with mindset. Are you ready? Before we take a deep dive into a lesson on exposing and breaking free from this money trap we've been tricked into, let's start with a story that illustrates this money trap. The Money Trap, a short story. David woke up with a jolt, his heart pounding. He glanced at the alarm clock, 5:30 a.m. Another restless night, another day of grinding just to make ends meet. The weight of his financial burden clung to him like a heavy chain. Rent was due in a week. The car payment was overdue, and his credit card balance loomed like a dark cloud over his head. He sighed, rubbing his temples. How did it come to this? He had done everything he was supposed to do, got a degree, landed a decent job, worked hard. Yet every month felt like a desperate race to stretch his paycheck far enough. It wasn't enough. It was never enough. David scrolled through his phone, a mindless escape from his worries. Social media was a highlight reel of other people's luxuries, vacations in Bali, designer watches, brand new sports cars. His best friend Jake had just posted a picture of his new condo, captioned, "Work hard, play harder." David's chest tightened. Am I falling behind? He didn't even have a savings account, let alone a down payment for a home. That nagging voice in his head whispered, "You need to keep up. You're failing." That afternoon, as he left his shift at the office, he passed by a luxury boutique. A sleek new watch caught his eye, the kind that successful men wore. He checked the price tag, $1,200. His credit card limit had just enough space. I deserve something nice. I work hard, he reasoned. He swiped his card, walking out of the store with a rush of adrenaline. But by the time he got home, the euphoria had faded. The watch sat on his nightstand, gleaming under the dim light, but it didn't make him feel successful. If anything, the weight of the purchase felt heavier than before. As he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, the realization hit him hard. He wasn't buying happiness, he was buying validation. The next morning, David decided something had to change. He pulled out a notebook and wrote 3 words at the top of the page: "Take control now." For the first time, he confronted his spending habits, his fear of missing out, his reliance on money to prove his worth. He started reading about budgeting, tracking his expenses, and setting real financial goals. It was uncomfortable. It was hard. But as the months passed, David felt lighter. The weight of anxiety slowly lifted. The credit card bills shrank and his savings grew. He no longer needed fleeting purchases to feel valuable. He was building something real: freedom. One day he walked past the same luxury boutique. He glanced at the watches but kept walking. He didn't need them anymore. This story personalizes the money trap, showing the emotional cycle of financial stress and the power of shifting one's mindset. To me, that's an interesting story, because it's something I think we can all relate to. The illusion of wealth. From childhood, we are conditioned to believe that financial success equates to happiness. We are told that the bigger the house, the fancier the car, and the higher the salary, the better our lives will be. Yet, why do so many people, despite their wealth, feel empty, anxious, and lost? This illusion of wealth keeps us trapped in an endless cycle of pursuit without satisfaction. True financial freedom is not about numbers. It is about our emotions, our relationship with money, and our ability to use wealth as a tool rather than a chain. By redefining what wealth means on a deeper psychological level, we can step out of financial anxiety and into true abundance. This book is not just about financial strategies. It is about liberating your mind and soul from the financial traps that keep you from truly living. Let's go ahead and dive into understanding the money trap. Imagine waking up every morning with a tightness in your chest, knowing that the bills are due, the rent is looming, and your bank account is barely holding on. The weight of financial stress clings to you like a shadow, whispering doubts and anxieties into your mind. You work tirelessly, sacrificing your time, your energy, even your well-being, yet money seems to slip through your fingers as fast as you earn it. You tell yourself that one day things will be different, that you'll finally get ahead, but somehow, financial security always feels just out of reach. The money trap isn't just about numbers on a bank statement. It's a psychological game, a relentless cycle that shapes our emotions, decisions, and self-worth. Society has conditioned us to crave more, to spend impulsively, to equate success with material possessions. We scroll through social media, bombarded with images of luxury vacations, designer clothes, and extravagant lifestyles, and we convince ourselves that we need these things to prove our worth. We live for the fleeting high of a new purchase, only to crash into regret when the bills arrive. The psychological burden of living paycheck to paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck is more than a financial struggle. It's an emotional prison. It breeds anxiety, insecurity, and a sense of powerlessness. The fear of an unexpected expense, the constant mental calculations of whether there's enough to cover the essentials, the exhaustion of working so hard with little to show for it. It all takes a toll. It's not just about money. It's about survival, about feeling trapped in a system that seems rigged against you. Studies show that financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety and depression. It infiltrates relationships, turning simple conversations into heated arguments. It affects our health, leading to sleepless nights and chronic stress. It dictates our choices, forcing us to stay in jobs we hate, delaying dreams and settling for less than we deserve. The weight of financial insecurity isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about how it shapes our entire existence. How external validation influences financial decisions. From an early age, we are taught that success is measured by external symbols: big houses, luxury cars, designer brands, and extravagant experiences. We learn to equate spending with happiness, to seek approval through our purchases, to feel worthy only when we can show off our wealth. This mindset is the foundation of the money trap. Marketers and corporations fuel this cycle, playing on our insecurities and desires. Advertisements tell us that we deserve to splurge, that we should treat ourselves, that happiness comes with a price tag. Credit card companies make it effortless to spend beyond our means, feeding the illusion that we can afford a lifestyle that, in reality, keeps us in debt. But at its core, this endless pursuit of validation is a losing game. No matter how much we acquire, the feeling of fulfillment is always temporary. The thrill of a new purchase fades, and soon we crave the next big thing. We work harder to maintain appearances, stretching our finances thinner, until we realize we are not living for ourselves but for the approval of others. The difference between financial survival and true financial freedom. Financial survival is about making ends meet, about staying afloat in a sea of expenses, debt, and obligations. It's reactive, constantly chasing money to cover immediate needs. It feels like running on a treadmill, exhausting yourself but never moving forward. This is where most people remain, caught in the endless cycle of earning and spending, never truly breaking free. True financial freedom, on the other hand, is about control. It's about having enough to make choices based on what you want, not what you must do to survive. It's the ability to walk away from a toxic job, to invest in experiences that bring genuine joy, to build a life that isn't dictated by fear or scarcity. Financial freedom isn't about being rich. It's about being secure, about knowing that money is working for you instead of you working for money. Breaking free from the money trap requires a shift in mindset. It starts with awareness, understanding how financial stress manipulates your emotions, recognizing the ways society pressures you to spend, and redefining what success means to you. It means questioning the beliefs that have kept you trapped and making conscious choices that prioritize long-term stability over short-term gratification. The road to financial freedom isn't easy. but it is possible. It begins with a single decision: to stop letting money control you and to start taking control of your money. As we journey through this book, we will break down the habits, strategies, and mental shifts necessary to escape the money trap once and for all. Because financial security isn't just a dream, it's a reality that anyone can achieve with the right mindset and actions. The money trap isn't just about numbers, it's about how we think, how we feel, and how we allow money to control our lives. But here's the truth: you don't have to stay stuck. Just like David in our story, you too have a choice. You can keep chasing the illusion of wealth, or you can break free, redefine success on your own terms, and start building real financial security. This is just the beginning. In part 2, we'll break down the psychological traps that keep us stuck in financial stress, and more importantly, how to escape them. Make sure you subscribe for part 2, the psychology of money. If this video opened your eyes, imagine what the next step will do for you. Hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Let's take this journey to financial freedom together. Stay golden, my friend, and we will see you in the next one.